Greetings, everyone. It's February 28th. People on a Lenten journey. 2 weeks ago today, we were marked with ashes, so that means we're 2 weeks in with 4 weeks to go on our Lenten journey. And that 40 days in the desert, a time of spiritual renewal, a time for us to grow in the Lord. And this past week after Stations of the Cross, I found that on Saturday and for a few days I was my legs were a little tired. From kneeling up and down for 14 stations, I had a little thigh burn. Just the muscles were stretched, and I said I was getting old. But it really pulled me in and reminded me that that up and down, while we stretch our muscles, that what the Lord desires most is to stretch our heart and our mind to love Him more fully. And even that then can be a little painful during our Lenten journey if we're really embracing it. And it was a good insight for me, because Lent isn't always the most comfortable for me, fasting, praying, giving alms. But why do we do it? We do it to grow. So I guess there should be a bit of discomfort. So we just ask this week that the Lord may, stretch our heart and our mind, that He will feed our heart and our mind, and that He'll strengthen our will and the power of our will to follow His ways and His divine goodness always. And then this week in particular, as we kind of journeyed through, or we have so far, the weekday readings, they've been really profound in that they've, I think, called us to build a foundation of prayer, a foundation of virtue in our life, and to kind of go deep. If we're gonna build a foundation, you have to go in deep to build a foundation. So the same thing is happening in our own prayer life, and so we have to really stop for a minute and look at that. But there were 3 or 4 particular things that stood out this week. So on Monday was about mercy and judgment. God saying, judge as you wish to be judged. And so many times we can make judgments on people. And it doesn't mean that we're not supposed to judge right from wrong. We can do that, but not to judge and condemn people, and how that kind of hits us in our lives, and how we have to let go of that. Humility was on Tuesday. That it's one of the core virtues. Actually, they say the mother, the queen of all virtues, because everything builds on humility. How we learn to be humble in our journey in life, down to earth, recognizing that God is God and we are not. And that's true spirit of compunction, that we allow Him to deflate our ego so that the grace and mercy of God can be with us. So humility as one of the key virtues. And then today was I would say a combination, I think, of suffering and service, and that the Christian life is one that doesn't look for suffering, but embraces suffering in a unique way, and that we realize it does come to us. If it's not in our own life, often in others, and how we walk a journey through suffering in a different way as Christians, because we look to the cross and to Jesus Christ. And we don't proclaim a gospel of prosperity. We proclaim a gospel of giving ourselves in sacrifice to the Lord and to one another. And we do so in our service, and what that looks like, not being people who grumble or complain, but just out of joy, serve the Lord in our families, our community, the stranger amongst us. So many things to kind of consider during this Lenten journey. Father Ryan is on retreat this week, so please keep him in prayer that he comes back refreshed and renewed during his Lenten journey. An important piece or some time for him away. Some things that obviously are coming up. You can always look at that centerfold in our parish bulletin. A lot of things to help us on our journey. We do have soup and stations again this Friday. We invite you all to come. If you have, or if you're a family with young children, we're going to do mac and cheese. I think the mac and cheese will be for anybody that wants it, but in a special way for our young people. There'll be grilled cheese, mac and cheese, and then the soup. So looking forward to that. We do have adoration all day today. It started at right after the 9 a.m. Mass. It'll go till right around 6:30ish. The Divine Mercy devotion starts at 6. So if you want to stop by the church, if you get this before, and join us for adoration time in front of our Eucharistic Lord. So just a lot kind of giving our hearts to Him. In a special way, we're committing to these 33 days to Eucharistic glory. So all through Lent, all through Easter, we want to stir up our passion and our love for the Eucharistic Lord, which means adoration, but also Mass. Because when we enter into the Mass, for those of you who are with us this weekend, what really happens at the Mass is that God pulls us into a timeless event that's so beautiful. His saving action is real. You know, His suffering, death, and resurrection become part of our life this day. And so that's why we perpetuate it. That's why we continue to celebrate it, because we're reminded that God doesn't leave us alone and that His saving grace is always alive and real for each of us. So anyway, I hope your journey through Lent is one of growth. I hope you're stretching some muscles, and maybe I don't want you to feel discomfort, but if you do, remember why. You know, maybe it's the Lord helping you to grow in a virtue or in an area in your life that you need to let go so that you can grab onto Him in a more profound way. So, you know, throughout our Lenten season, we're looking to the cross. We're following the cross of Jesus Christ. We trust His mercy. We trust His grace. So have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you this Sunday. Blessings, everyone.